Welcome back to Learn Arabic with Manar. I always receive from you interesting questions and comments, and I'm always happy to read all of them and answer all of them. So today I thought to do something different and share some of these questions with you. If your question is not included in today's video, so wait for it in the future. I will have more videos like this. Yalla, let's start. Let's start with a question from Lorito. Lorito asked how to know when to use the suffix li or ni with verbs. As you remember, when we talked about suffixes, I said that when we attach the suffix ni to the end of the verb to form the object me. So something is happening to me. This is when I'm the direct object of the verb. So for example, bring me from school. جيبني من المدرسة. جيبني, bring me. You are bringing me physically from school. Or you could say وصلني عالشغل. Take me to work. وصلني, it means take me, or as we said before, وصلني, it has also the meaning of delivering. So deliver me to work. You are taking me to work. But if I'm not the direct object of the verb, it's like, for example, bring me the stuff. جيب لي الأغراض. جيب لي, bring to me. لي here, it is to me. جيب لي الأغراض, the stuff. So the actual action of the verb is happening to the stuff, and after the stuff is coming to me. So جيب لي الأغراض, or وصل لي الأغراض, deliver the stuff to me. So remember, when I am the direct object of the verb, when the action is actually happening on me, I would use ni. But when the actual action is not happening directly on me and I am the indirect object of the verb, I would use li. جيبني من المدرسة, bring me from school. جيب لي الأغراض, bring me the stuff. Now a question from Ivor. Ivor asked, is the word مضطر invariable just like lazem? Ivor is right about lazem. So lazem always stay the same. I don't change it if I'm talking about myself or if I'm talking about a group or any other person. So it doesn't have masculine and feminine. So I could say, I have to go, lazem روح. We have to go, لازم نروح. لازم will stay the same. But مضطر, it's always changing according to the person, masculine, feminine, and plural. So I have مضطر masculine, مضطرة feminine, مضطرين plural. If I'm talking about myself and I'm a man, I would say مضطر روح. If I'm a woman, I would say مضطرة روح. If I'm talking about a group of people, we would say مضطرين نروح. So it is masculine, feminine, and plural. So always remember, lazem always stay the same. مضطر, we have to adjust it according to masculine, feminine, and plural. Now we have Gaston, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. What's the rule to know if I should use كم or اديش? Well, اديش we use it to ask about things uncountable, like age, price, time, or things that we think about them as a group, not individual. For example, اديش سعره, how much does it cost? اديش سعره. Or I could ask اديش عمرك, how old are you? اديش الساعة, what time is it? Or اديش مدة العرض, we had this example before. اديش مدة العرض, how long was the show? Or how long have you been waiting? اديش صار لك عم تستنى. So I'm asking about group of things, not things that I'm interested in counting them one by one. But for example, if I'm asking, how many apples do you want? كم تفاحة بدك? كم تفاحة, how many apples do you want? بدك. if I'm asking how many people were there. كم واحد كان هنيك. Or for example, how many kilos do you want? كم كيلو بدك. So now I'm interested to ask about things that it is countable. So always remember, اديش it is for things are general and countable. كم it is for things that are countable. Now we have two similar questions from Vincent and Lorito. Vincent asked, what's the difference between تعبان and متعب? And Lorito asked, what's the difference between malil and mumil? تعبان, it means I am tired. So I'm feeling tired. But متعب, something is tiring, something is making me tired. But also the same it is for malil. Malil, I'm feeling bored. But mumil, something is boring and making me feel bored. For example, تعبان اليوم من الشغل. Today I'm tired of work. But if I want to say this work is tiring, هذا الشغل متعب. It's the same. I'm feeling bored. مالل اليوم كتير. I'm feeling so bored today. But if something making me feel bored, I could say this movie is boring. هذا الفيلم ممل. So the difference is مالل, I'm feeling bored. تعبان, I'm feeling tired. ممل, something is making me feel bored. متعب, something is making me feel tired. A small note here about متعب. متعب, it is written the same as متعب in the MSA. متعب in the Modern Standard Arabic, it means I am tired also. متعب, أنا متعب. But in the spoken, متعب, it is something is tiring. So don't confuse them. Shazar asked how to describe heavy traffic. In Arabic, we don't have a word for traffic jam. So for that, we use عجقة. عجقة, the exact meaning of it, it is crowd. A crowd of people or a crowd of cars. If we want to talk a crowd of cars, we would say عجقة سير. عجقة سير. If we are talking about a crowd of people, we would say عجقة ناس or عجقة عالم. So if I'm on the road and I want to say there is a heavy traffic, I would say عجقة سير or الطريق عجقة. The road is crowded. Or عجقة على الطريق, there is a crowd on the road, and the person who is listening will understand that I'm describing a traffic jam. Or if I went to the market and there is a lot of people, I would say عجقة بالسوق, so the market is crowded, there's a lot of people there. So عجقة سير, a crowd of traffic. عجقة ناس, a crowd of people. Let's take another question from Ivor, and thank you Ivor for all the questions that you are always asking in the comments. So Ivor asks, do you have an expression in Levantine dialect to say I'm broke or I'm flat broke, apart from ما عندي مصاري, I don't have money? Yes, we do. We say مفلس. مفلس, when we don't have money, we say مفلس for a man, مفلسة for a woman, مفلسين for a group of people. And this word is coming from فلس. فلس, it is the old way of describing money. And in the Gulf area, they are still talking about money, saying فلوس. So when you don't have money, you could say مفلس. Or another way, you could say على الحديدة. It means you don't have anything on the iron. على, it is on. الحديدة, the iron. على الحديدة. Or another way, you could say ما معي ولا نقلة. ما معي, I don't have. ولا, not even. نقلة. نقلة, it is like a 1 cent or something like that. So you could say ما معي ولا نقلة. So if you are broke, you could say ما معي مصاري, I don't have money. مفلس or على الحديدة, ما معي ولا نقلة. Thanks again for all your great questions and comments. I'm always happy to read all of them and answer all of them. Always feel free to leave me comments when you have questions, suggestions, or just to say hi. I want to remind you, if you are interested on one-on-one lessons in Levantine dialect or even in MSA, Modern Standard Arabic, you could find my information in my Facebook page, Learn Arabic with Manar. I will leave the link in the first comment. As always, thanks for joining me for today's video. If you like today's video, give me a thumbs up and share it with your friends. If you want to see more topics about Levantine dialect, you could check this playlist or this playlist. See you there. Yalla bye.